Okay. Now let's talk about Angel Reese, Teresa Weatherspoon, Chicago Sky. But before we get started, I want to thank y'all for taking y'all time to subscribe to my channel, liking and sharing my videos. I really appreciate all that. Now let's go. So Chicago Sky lost another game. Again. They went up there to Minnesota and they got baked like lasagna. Now the score was only 79-74. So they played pretty good, but a L is a L, no matter how you slice it. Now, Angel Reese can't do it all by herself. Now, after they lost against Caitlin Clark in Indiana Fever in a blowout, Teresa Weatherspoon said that they have to get the ball down to the bigs, Angel Reese and Camila Cardozo. Now, when it comes to Minnesota Lynx, they play kind of like fast, like Indiana Fever, not as fast, but they're a good team. They have already clinched the playoffs. Chicago Sky most likely is going to end up not making the playoffs the way they're playing. They need Kennedy Carter. But the Chicago Sky fans are getting to the point where they're really disappointed with the performance that's being put on the court. Now, you know, before the game, they do all these arrivals and these outfits and fashion. Well, one fan in particular pointed out the fact that they need to put a stop to that. Fan said this: "I don't want to see no more pre-game outfits till we win a game. Y'all need to focus on that more than anything else. We can't blame the coach. The players are not playing hard enough. Missing layups, not playing D, and turnovers. We got to play from start to finish full out." Now, last game, after the loss against Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever on Barbie night, Angel Reese did not do a post-game interview. But this time she did, and she talked about, you know, what they got to do to improve, to win, and some other things. Y'all check this out.
And just being able to be coached by the same coach as her at LSU, that gave me a lot of insight, Bob Starkey. So a lot of my things, my hard work and my rebounding and my touch, just fixing things around the basket, comes from Bob Starkey and Sylvia.
Did you speak to her before today's game?
No.
And then any significance in your mind as far as breaking the record?
No.
All right, we'll go to Alyssa on Zoom.
Hi, Angel.
Hey.
What aspects of your team defense did you feel like was stronger today than maybe how it's been going since the break?
Yeah, I think we were way better up to touch. I think we struggled later on in the game being able to be up on Courtney and McBride on the pick and roll. So we just have to get better right there. But I think overall, I mean, being able to put myself on Fee and being able to take up that challenge tonight, I think I did a great job in talking to her after. She kind of complimented me on that, being able to be up there for her. So it's going to take a team effort to win these games. I think we were way better offensively as well, being able to play inside out, and that's just something we have to do every game.
Yep. And then before the break, you guys were at the top of the league and getting steals, and you're obviously a huge part of that. Since the break, it's maybe not been as many steals as a team. Do you have an idea of like why that's been happening?
No, I don't have an idea about why that's happening, but we need to get back to that. They showed us that statistic before the game. I think we were third in steals before the break, and now we're 12th. So just being able to get up to touch, I mean, I think it challenges them when we have our hands up and not playing with our hands down, and just being in passing lanes, which is really important for our team, because defense is something that's really important. I take value and high value in defense because that's something that wins games. I've won championships just off defense and rebounding, and that's just something we have to do, and everybody has to buy into that. So until then, we're going to continue to lose games unless we buy into it.
Thanks, Angel.
Thank you.
Michael Vopel.
Yeah, thank you. Angel, I know individual records at this point don't mean anything to you, but to do this, and forgive me for asking this, but to do this as a rookie.
Tell me what I did so I know, because I'm not on social media. My manager has my social media, so I'm not familiar with what's going on.
You have set the season rebounding record.
Okay, thank you.
It's the rookie record. I mean, and you've done it in the same amount of games. You know, obviously the league has more games this year, but you've done it in 32 games. So I just wondered, and again, forgive me, I know your focus is on the team, but what it means to you to have been able to immediately transfer such a big strength of your game to the professional league.
Yeah, I mean, coming into it, I mean, I just knew my motor. Offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds is something that I know I can always do. I knew it was going to translate right away, and that's something that a lot of players don't want to do. A lot of people think it's because I get my own rebounds, but statistically it's not. A lot of people think it's because I'm the tallest on the court when I'm not the tallest on the court. So just being able to go down there and being able to bang, doing things that a lot of people don't want to do. Defense and rebounding wins championships, and I've won championships at every level by just doing that. So coming into the league, before I sharpen up on my offensive thing, just being able to come in and have that on my shoulder is something that I can always do. It's something that I knew would translate.
And you guys are still, I know this is a tough stretch. You're still very much in the playoff race.
Yeah, we are.
Is there just a thing you guys sort of talk to each other about? Because tough stretches happen in this league, just to sort of realize you're still in this thing. Yeah,
I mean, obviously it's tough. This is the most losing I've ever done in my life. So just being able to kind of stay mentally positive through this. That's the bright light of it. We still are in the playoffs. Looking forward to that. Luckily, everything continues to shape itself out. But we have another opportunity to play the game that we love, and we have to come out there and give it our all. So I'm just looking forward to the next game and just ways to get better and learn from this one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Harley Bell.
Hey, Angel. These last couple of games, the turnover rate has been high. 21 turnovers today. You guys gave up 27 points off of it. I know film will obviously show it, but what do you think is contributing to this increase in the turnover rate, especially in these last 3 to 4 games?
Yeah, just not taking care of the ball. I know we're trying to force the ball into places that we probably haven't done in a long time, or things we should have been doing from the beginning of the season. But I just think we just continue to take our time. Just being able to make the right pass. Obviously, people are being handsy and being super aggressive with us because they know we're going to turn the ball over. So that's just something we have to change within our locker room, and just looking ourselves in the mirror at things that we need to fix.
Thank you.
Roberta?
Hi, Andrew. Would you mind talking a little bit about Camila in the game today? She scored her career high, 63.6% from the field. How important is it for you to have that big of a help in the paint? I've told her from the beginning of the game, I told her this will be your game. I knew this was going to be her game, and being able to dominate inside, because they had nobody to guard her. Just knowing that we have to make that a habit for us. We have to play the game inside out. And as you can see, when we played the game inside out, it was good for us. I think we just struggled on the defensive end. So if we continue to get the ball inside, playing inside out, I think that's going to be to our advantage. But I love Camila's confidence, being able to go up strong and finish around the basket, and then going up to the free throw line and knocking it down. So I'm really proud of Camila. Her confidence since the break has just been great, and I love that for her.
So you hear angelreese talking about basically what they got to do to win. Now, she is buying into the same thing that Teresa Weatherspoon was saying about they have to get the ball inside and then out. Now, I personally don't agree with that. angelreese is an awesome player. I'm going to give her credit for that. You got to give her credit. She's an awesome player. But the game can't completely go through angelreese or Kamilla Cardozo. This is no Shaq or none of this kind of stuff. This is the WNBA. angelreese, she gets her boards, she gets her rebounds. But rebounding in double-doubles like cheeseburgers are not going to win a game. They're going to have to get somebody on the outside. Because even when you put the ball inside first, angelreese or Kamilla Cardozo is kicking out to players that can't come through and knock the shot down. So they're going to need other players on the perimeter. They're not going to be able to win long term by simply passing the ball going through angelreese or Kamilla Cardozo. If you get the people on the outside to start knocking down shots, then that'll make people come out and play, and then you can have more ability to pass the ball down low. But just passing the ball down low is not going to work in the WNBA, especially when you playing teams that are a lot faster. Now, Teresa Weatherspoon, of course, again, she is sitting at the table again and have to talk about a loss. She is disappointed. You can tell that she is frustrated. Y'all check out what she had to say.
Like this, how do you keep the team focused on the fact that it's still a real possibility?
Yeah. That's the most important thing. Like you said, you just keep talking about it. We're still in it. We still got to believe that we can make it, that we can do the right things to keep ourselves above water. We want to be in the playoffs. And there's things that we have to do to get there. We have to control our own destiny. But in controlling our own destiny, there's things that we must do in games to end out on top.
Angel talked about how she told Camila before the game that this is a game where she could really take over, just because there's nobody on the opposing team who could guard her.
Yeah.
You saw she finished with 22 points tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see from Camila that you know will or can translate going forward?
Yeah, the good thing is we were looking for. We wanted that ball to go in the painted area. That's what we talk about. That's who we are. And we feel like Camila is a dominant big that's very, very difficult to defend. And then we're making the deliberate actions to make sure we punched it down there into her. It was working for us greatly in the first half. She's very, very difficult to defend. She's incredible in the post. So we wanted to make sure the ball got in our hands and use that to our advantage. The second half, the ball didn't touch our hands as much. So we got to stay with what works, continue to push the ball inside.
And then just on the record, Angel broke today. Obviously significant. I know it's hard to talk about records when you're losing, but to do that in like the house that Sylvia Fowles played in and won a championship in, I guess what can you say just about the significance of that, and also going back to Sylvia having this impact on Angel going back to LSU? I'm just curious what your
she's doing some great things. She's accomplishing some great things. But when you want to talk about, making these huge accomplishments, and she probably wouldn't want to talk about it because we're all about going to get wins. And that's what it's about. Proud of the things that she's doing, but we want more. We want to do more. There's more to what the Chicago Sky wants, and we want to get wins. We want to get into the playoffs. And that's what we talk about more than anything. Records are made to be broken. And you continue to work and continue to do what you're doing, more records will be broken. But right now, we're worried about wins and how we can get wins to get into the playoff.
We'll go to Michael on Zoom. Please unmute.
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to follow up on that a little bit. In terms of the fact you've played with and coached some of the best rebounders in the history of the game, what makes her so special on this? I mean, to do this as a rookie is unprecedented. And she talks about her motor. We all see that. But what are the things you think that make her able to do this?
It's a mindset. It's a mindset, and that's the difference. She wants it. She's not going to allow a box out to keep her from trying to get an offensive rebound. She's very physical down there, but she knows what it takes to go and get offensive rebounds, to give us second chance opportunities. But it's a desire. It's a desire to go get a rebound and not being held back from doing so. She goes hard after it. She takes it very personally. She wants to go get it done. She's very serious about her work of getting rebounds. She knows that's the thing that she brings to this team to help us to be so successful, and she's mastering that role.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Carly Bell on Zoom. Please unmute.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
When you look, I know we've talked about it these last few games about turnovers, 27 points off 21 turnovers today. This is just something that we've just seen increase here in the second half of the season that we just haven't seen since June. Is there anything that you can attribute to why the turnover rate is so high here in the second half of the season?
Well, when we go back to look at film, that's when we can talk about why certain things happened. We can look back and see why a certain pass may have happened, a miscue, whatever it is that we see, we can talk about and try to correct it in that moment as watching film. And then we try to take it into our practice setting, and then we try to come and bring it into the game. But when we watch film, we can actually see where our problems might be of turning the ball over. But we know as a team, it's not possible for us to turn the ball over without value in possessions, without getting a shot up. We have to at least get a shot up. And we turn it over and allow them to run and get points the way that they did. It's advantage them, disadvantage us.
Now, I know this got to be embarrassing to continue to lose over and over again. Minnesota Lynx to sit up here and Cupid shuffle all over the basketball court after their win over Chicago Sky. On Barbie night, Caitlin Clark was up there signing Barbie towels, t-shirts, whatever, after they won on Chicago Sky home court. Chicago Sky going to have to pull it together. Atlanta Dream is right behind them to get their 8th seed. But the way the Chicago Sky is playing, I don't think they even deserve to even be in the playoffs, because it's going to probably be an in and out, just like the burger. But y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I drop another video. And also follow my social media at GertieMac15. Holla.